Steph Curry breaks the three-point record at Madison Square Garden last night. There were a lot of celebrities there. Pete Davidson was there. Spike Lee was there. You know, this felt like it was an ideal situation. Reggie Miller was on the call. Ray Allen was there. Ray Allen, who was in the Spike Lee movie He Got Game. And it's at Madison Square Garden. All of the great memories there with all of the great players. Everybody's had a moment, it feels like, at Madison Square Garden. And you start to look around and you go, okay, there's a lot of celebrities there. And then Paulie goes, Marv Albert's there. I said, Marv's not calling the game. Paulie goes, no, Marv is there watching the game. The great Marv Albert joining us on the program. So you went as a fan, Marv?
Yes, I did, Dan. Thank you. My wife and I wanted to see. We had made plans to come watch Golden State. We missed them in Brooklyn a couple of weeks back. So what a joyous moment that it was last night, and to see the Garden crowd respond. I knew they would. I knew they'd be rooting for Steph, but. It was just terrific, particularly with Ray Allen there and Reggie Miller there. It was a perfect setting.
Is there somebody who is comparable, if we say greatest shooter of all time? Is Steph Curry, in your opinion, the greatest shooter you've ever seen?
I would say yes, and he did it in a different way. I mean, Reggie is right with him. I think Ray Allen is certainly there. Things were different. People were not shooting as many three-pointers at that time. Even in Reggie's day, as Reggie had mentioned to me, I mean, the coach would be upset if you take too many. Steve Kerr wants Steph, even if he's missing, as he has recently. He's been in an unusual slump as of late for Steph, that is. But he says, keep taking him. I know that when James Harden was on fire with Mike D'Antoni said, keep taking threes. I mean, Mike had already said, hey, we're going to take 45, 50 threes a game as a team, which sounded astounding, but they did. And it's not always a successful way to win. I think the way the Warriors play, and with the type of players they have, the way they swing the ball so successfully, it is the way to go. And when Klay Thompson comes back, they are going to be so tough when you think, even though Jordan Poole has played very well, but with Klay and Steph and Draymond, they are going to be incredible to watch.
What do you think the game is like, though, in 10 years when it comes to three-point attempts?
I hope it doesn't get out of hand. I think, I think there'll be a lot of many better three-point shooters because I think kids now are taking the deep shots influenced by what they're seeing. But if it's a circus atmosphere, I think it would be out of hand. You don't want to see only threes being fired up. I would like to see more of a post game. I think passing centers and centers who can shoot threes effectively but not take too many would be interesting to watch. But I hope it's not. I know the ABA when they started out with the three, which turns out influenced the NBA when there was the merger. I thought at times they would just be firing them up and it wasn't taken seriously. But with Steph, any night he can just catch fire. And I think if Reggie played today or Ray Allen, they would be very similar to Steph. But Steph is special because, I mean, he can shoot from the logo. And perhaps only Trae Young out of NBA players today would be successful doing it the same way. And I think Trae eventually will have a Steph Curry effect.
But also, if you look back, though, Marv, in the history of the game, the player who would have benefited the most by having the green light to shoot as many threes as he wanted would be who?
Well, the guys that come to mind who were hitting basically 3 points if they counted for two, were a couple of guys who played for the Knicks. Well, Jerry Lucas is one who also played for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But Dave DeBusschere would have been an incredible three-point shooter. I don't think he would have shot a large amount of three-pointers, but he would have really been just a great three-point shooter. Those are the two guys who I recall who.
What about
shoot
Bird?
Very deep.
Larry Bird?
Yeah, Bird. Well, Bird would have shot more. Yeah, he would have been tremendous. But he was so good going to the basket. When a big man does it, I think Steph had to create and get better and better at what he does because of the lack of size. Although he trained so hard during this off season and is in such excellent shape that he actually does a good job defensively, decently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, his whole game has to me. What's so wonderful about the way he plays is the joy of the Garden, but not for the Knicks at the start of the game, was just unbelievable to watch. It really was. Like everybody was happy for him.
But
it was so nice.
We're talking to Marv Albert. So it had to be a little strange that you have this game, this moment, this atmosphere, and you're not calling that moment.
It was probably the first. Well, I've gone to games before when I actually was broadcasting. Just to see a team. You might go to if they played the night before. It wasn't that strange. It really wasn't that strange to me. I was so much fun to be there to watch the game. It really was not.
Okay, how about I give you a chance to call it?
It would have been a great game to call.
No, just a moment, Marv. If I just say, Wiggins to Curry.
Oh, it would have been.
No, you're supposed to make the call. I'm letting.
Oh, you're leading me. I see.
Yes,
okay.
I'm giving you the assist. I'm John Stockton here.
Okay. Let's do it again. Okay.
All right. Well, I shouldn't be saying Wiggins to Curry. Unless you want to be the color commentary, but
No, that wouldn't work.
Yeah,
no,
wouldn't. Okay, all right. I'll be the color commentary, and then you. So it'll be Wiggins to Steph Curry. So I'll let you make the call. Okay. Hey, ready?
All right.
Okay.
Are you gonna make the crowd sound?
Oh, guy.
All right. Here's Wiggins to Curry. Steph steps back. Yes. Excellent crowd noise.
And you weren't really into it. You would have given me a more definitive yes.
It's too early in the morning. Come on. Please.
Don't want to wake up the neighborhood. Yes.
I'd scare my pugs are sleeping.
Oh, okay. We don't want to mess that up. Were you on the call when Maravich had 68 against the Knicks?
No, I was not.
Oh, okay.
The biggest, let's see, at the Garden, I was on the Michael Jordan call when he had the 55. That was pretty incredible. And Bernard King had huge games at the Garden. I was trying to think back as to, of course, Reggie had the 8 points in 9 seconds. So.
But if you were going to like Reggie's 8 in 9 seconds, how do you explain it?
So quick, It was also. I didn't do that game. I was on another playoff game, as it turns out. But that was phenomenal in that they were so quick. It's not like a setup and a score. That was amazing. We always tell them off, on one of them, but he laughs anyway. Yeah. But it was so great seeing, it was Reggie and I did the game in Boston when Ray Allen broke his record, and I kidded him last night because in that game, Ray's mom came over to our broadcast table and just hugged Reggie. This is during the broadcast. And I said both Ray, his mom, and Steph's parents will come over and hug Reggie, but it didn't happen. So,
well,
I was looking for a hug-a-thon.
Yeah. Well, it's great to talk to you, Marv. And thanks for joining us as always. I'll let you go back to sleep.
Okay. Thanks, Dan. Happy holidays.
Thank
to
you, buddy. Thank you. My best to your wife. That's Marv Albert, the voice, the NBA.